Alright, I'm going to do something a little unusual today. I'm going to skip the intro because this is going to be kind of a long video given the content today. This is going to be the Expunge Delphi mission. And I'm going to skim through this, but there's some important parts of it that I do want to include. So this is like a 25-minute video. I don't want to take that long, and I'll trim this down as I can. And there are some spoilers in this too, so if you would rather go into this blind, I would tell you to turn this off right now. But if you want to watch it and get some idea of how to run it, then here you go. So I'm just going to start by playing. I'll let it roll. My normal way to run these is with a bow at the outset. The Whispering Slab is a lightweight. It's good for mobility. I also run the grenade launchers, so I run Salvager's Salvo and Anarchy, two of my favorite grenade launchers right now, although this season's primary grenade launcher is not too bad either. It's just hard to beat Salvager's Salvo, though, for what you get from it. It is a killing machine, ad clearing machine. Alright, so this starts as normal. And, you know, this is the last... Supposedly, presumably, this is the last Expunge mission in the season. So I'm thinking, okay, so how long does it stay the same? And just kind of cruising along here, trying not to die early on. Doing a pretty fair job of it. Also, while this is playing out, I have some cutscene material, well, not cutscene, but some dialogue, I guess I should say. Now notice how it transitioned to something completely different. Alright, now the thing I want to throw out on this, and I'll get back to the other thought in a second. The thing I want to throw out about this is they have some potential here to make something pretty cool. And that is that they could randomize the parts that you get to. And I decided to stop and kill this guy just in case something changed along the way. But the Vex Haunted Forest, whatever, would randomize, and they could randomize this part too, which is what they're putting on display here, and that could give some replay value to sticks if they do that. I decided to go ahead and kill this guy too, just in case, although he's never going to have anything to do with it. I knew I wouldn't have a time limit on this. I wasn't too worried about that. What I didn't want to do was just do something silly and kill myself early on, although unfortunately, death is pretty much inevitable for me as a mediocre player. So right now I'm thinking, okay, since they tossed me in about halfway into, I think this is Tartarus? I'm not sure which one this is. I figure I'm going to wind up getting tossed into something else again. There's no way in the world they're just going to play this out. It's clear they're going to incorporate pieces of everything. And my curiosity is piqued at this point. So I'll let that blow up, and I'll take us to the next exit, and we'll kind of see where things go from there. I'm just making sure that I don't get in a hurry here. Now, one of the big mistakes I always make on this is when I'm hurrying is I don't shoot that prism. And you for sure want to get that. I mean, I suppose if I ran a sword, I wouldn't have to. If I was really good at platforming, but I'm not, and so I don't. Alright, everything's normal. Just trying not to die. And I'm going to just speed it up so as to save a little time on this, because this is nothing new so far. Now watch this. This is where it changes. Boom. So instead of getting up on that platform with all the enemies, now we're all the way to sticks. I'm thinking, oh, okay. Are we going to play sticks all the way through? Well, let me save the suspense here. And this is not much harder, honestly. It just has some blast plates on it, and I did die once to the blast plates. Kind of cheesed me off. Alright, I got stuck in this teleport tube. You got to be careful. You can't use the lower one, or at least I couldn't. It might have just been a glitch, but it kind of messed me up. Let's go ahead and get to the place where we actually get out of this. And we're now in, yeah, still in sticks. Yeah, that's where I got blown off. If I'd had a sword, I might have been able to save that, but I didn't, so I didn't. Alright, so everything's normal up to this point in time. Let's just advance it on up. And then, instead of going into the other two doorways, you notice that you've got another portal. And the show is on. We are now in Tartarus. I've got to clear it to the point where I get to a boss fight. There's nothing new here, so I'm going to advance past it in order to save time. And then I see the rally point. I go ahead and clear out these ads. You see the transport plate there. It's activated now. I had to kill everything there to do it. A rally banner. This is when you know you're going into a boss fight. Alright, so we are almost 6 minutes into this. This is probably going to work out about right. Just make sure. I just rallied, but I just made sure there was nothing I could pick up. And there's our arena. There's Quria right there in the center. Now, if this plays as it normally does, I can put some damage on Quria right away, and then she'll shield up, and then I'll have to clear the shields by fighting something else. But I'm just getting my bearings right now. I'm not quite sure where the enemies are. I go ahead and put an anarchy on it and start firing into it. And this is why it's good to have the anti-barrier auto rifle rounds on. Because you can continue to do damage, but you cannot shoot through that black shield. You can't do it. Now, I've taken care of all of the barrier shields that are going to pop me for a moment. I need to deal with these ads up on top, and I've got one behind me. You can feel it. So far so good. And I'm taking some splash damage because I'm trying to shove against that wall too hard, so I back off of it for a little bit. Notice the Minotaur doesn't fire on you. The shielded Minotaur will not fire on you. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this other prism in just a second because, yeah, I just tested that to see if she was immune, and she is. So I decide to shoot that barrier because I see the red box there, and I know I'm going to get bounded up again if I don't kill this. I have enemies that are shielding up. 2 of them. I know I'm ultimately going to have to deal with both. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up if I haven't already. It's clear I'm going to have to work my way across. There's a prism I'm going to have to shoot. And there it is. Authentication key. I see a path opening to the left. I don't see where to take it to yet, but it's clear I'm going to have to go that direction. And so at first, I kind of work on ads here to kind of keep them under control so I don't get blasted off of the path once I get going across. And they're not hard to take down. But I'm going to have to be careful not to run myself out of ammo because I'm kind of at the limit of the range of the auto rifle on some of these shots that I'm trying to make. And so I think I switch over here in just a second to the grenade launcher. Maybe not. Ultimately, I do. Whether I do it here or not is another story. Now, you can see while you're getting blasted, it's easy to get taken off your shot. That is a darn good auto rifle. Alright, so there's nothing left for it. I don't think there are really any enemies that I'm that concerned about at this point. I'm going to have to pick that up and go. This is one of those deals where you have the alternating platforms. Now I'm within 2 seconds and I get it. And I don't know how, watching this playback, how I got that. Waiting too long to go. I won't make this one. But, oop, I did. Really, you just have to keep moving. You notice it's expired already. And I'm thinking, well, alright. I just am recovering here a little bit. I'm going to run back. As long as you keep moving, the stuff really isn't going to take you down. You just want to make sure you time the platform so they're not disappearing as you go onto them. I've got plenty of time here. Nothing to rush for. So now I've got it. And his shield comes off, which means he has to die. Now that's pretty far range for Anarchy, and you see I wasted like 3 shots on that. And I could have gotten closer, but there are a lot of enemies there, and I kind of like the range fight here. And, you know, with Salvager Salvo, I can get over there with it. I waste time trying to hit him with it, when what I should have been doing is clearing the ads, and I finally wake up to that realization and start doing what I should have done in the first place, and just mopping them up. So I've got some damage on him. And by the way, you don't have to kill all the ads if you don't want to. You really just have to kill the boss and then they despawn. But you're going to get taken off your shot if you don't manage them at the very least. That should have done it. Alright, going to put some more on him. Try to. There we go. Really need that debuff, don't I? Let's see if I get him this time. Yep, there's the hit. And you'll see he goes right down, and then once that happens, everything despawns there. Now, I wasn't quite sure what would happen at that point. I didn't know if that was going to give me the opportunity to go fight the boss again, but I needed that ammo. So I was looking for a way over there. Teleport's going to take me there. And it takes me back to this platform where I was originally. I need the ammo, so I'm going to collect that. I'm in good shape now. I need to get back over. I'm contained. And I'm trying to decide the best way. And again, I probably should have recognized that all I had to do was just jump back across. And you'll see the mistake I did make, that is something I would change for next time. Now I see the platforms forming on that side. I see that this teleport does not work. And again, rather than doing what I should have done, I did something different. I just picked a jump I thought I could get to and went the backside. And I figure I can get up there, so I'm going to give it a shot. And I'm up here where I can work on the boss. Now I really don't need to get shielded out here and try to fire Anarchy into a shield like that. Gotta wait a second for the shield to rotate around. And again, just let him work. It's a good thing the Minotaur doesn't fire. Okay, now ads will be a little bit of a deal here. You're going to have to keep these under control. They will jump across. He's already shielded up. I've got him down to 2/3. You see, Anarchy's the answer here. Anarchy just makes this super easy. I just actually only got one Anarchy shot on her, and that was all it took. Now what I need to do, of course, is to work my way over to and kill the other Minotaur. So I'm going to have to find the crystal for it. And I've also decided to take that Hobgoblin down just so I don't have to deal with the sniper there. I can't see the other Hobgoblin, but I'm not going to worry about him so much right now because I can't get to him anyway. And this is when I'm like, alright, it's time to get going. After I clear these ads, I think I pretty much go. I need the ammo. I grab a hold of that. Decide to start going for my platforms on the backside. I see right here, this is when I realize my mistake, when I see the portal for it, the orb. So I know I'm going to have to rotate all the way around, which I do. And this fight's almost over, believe it or not. I can't kill him yet. I see my crystal over there now. I bust it, which is going to spawn some ads here. Kind of some method to my madness here. I can kill them on the spot without wasting a lot of ammo before they actually become too much of a threat. So I'm in good shape. I just need to get over there and get my orb. Bad jump there, but I didn't lose it. And this guy's all over me. He wants me bad. I'm just firing in all directions, and he just disappears ultimately. Now I've got to be careful, and I'm trying to pick up the orb, but it's not showing up there, so I have to actually jump away so I can see it. And then I decide at that point to get the ads under control. You know, they're messing with me pretty hard. And if I can knock a few of them down, I've got a better chance of getting across there alive. And it's looking good, so off I go. Just react to those platforms, you know, appearing and disappearing, and you'll be fine. Alright, so we're good. Need to be a little bit quicker. And you see there, apparently I didn't stay there long enough. I see the mistake I'm making now. I didn't realize what was going on there, but now I do. Food for thought next time. I just try to keep moving, and you need to stay there long enough to get the charge. And I just kind of didn't. Alright. Alright. What's not to love about Salvager Salvo? I gotta tell you. Grenade launchers as a whole are just in a really good place right now. Alright, so I'm good. There we go. And you see I just keep going. And that's my mistake. Yep. If I'd stay there for just 5 seconds, I would do myself a huge favor. Alright. So, back we go. And I've got shelter there. I can do it. It's... Alright. Killing this guy is going to be pretty straightforward. He pauses, that lets me hit him. That puts a couple down on him. Auto rifle's really good once the buff. I really need to hit him again. I get a tag on him. There we go. And you notice what that does too is that everything's a crit. Do you see that? I mean, why would you use anything but a grenade launcher? It is the easy mode. All right, and he's down, and everything else will go. Now I want to go over and check that ammo. I don't know how hard the last fight's going to be. To be honest, I've been playing this not to die. And I've not really been watching the health bar and how quickly it would go down on the boss. You know, as I watch this recording, which I am for the first time, I see I don't need to worry about it. This could be cleared off 10 minutes faster, much easier. Alright, so I've got all my ammo I'm possibly going to need. Just need to get back across. I think I can make that jump there. I realize I've also got some things that are going to shield me up here. So I put that down so I won't get taken out. And then this happens. I did not see that coming. So warning, in that last phase, you can't hang out up there because if you do, he's going to start sending those items. You better get, you know, your anarchy on him quick and bust him down. And fortunately for me, he's gone. Or she's gone, I should say. And that's that. That's the fight. And all of these triumphs and milestones begin just stacking up. And that's the fight. There's not that much to it. And honestly, this one would be one that would not be difficult to solo flawlessly if you know where the danger spots are. You know, obviously I wouldn't jump up there on that last fight like that. Or I'd be ready for it. I'd jump over that stuff. If you can get some anarchy on her pretty quickly, I think she'd go down pretty fast. But you just need to jump right up there and do it. If you get shielded up and then can't bust out of it fast enough, it just took 2 walls to kill me. That's it. That's all it took. So, I'm sorry for the darkness on the recording, by the way. This is the middle of the day. I want to get this out as quickly as possible. But that's the fight. Now, you go back to the tower, the helm, and other places, and you speak with multiple people. You get a lot of dialogue. You know, the story's moving along. Let me just say this. Our Lakshmi is going to have to get whacked. Soprano style. She's going to have to get whacked. All right. I want to thank you for watching. I've enjoyed presenting this to you today, and I hope it's helpful some way. But with that said, this is Iron Bill signing out.